This is the story of Trophy Hunter. You may think this is a tale of the hero's friendly spirit or good boy leading their army to victory, but that story's been told one too many times. This is not a tale of solely one hero saving the day without so much as breaking a sweat. Nor is this a tale of the evil sorcerer's wretched mummy or monster book paving their way to victory through cowardly scam tactics. This is the legend of a band of adventurers through blood, sweat, and tears, slowly clawing their way to the top. With solely the power of friendship, these heroes are able to unite, gain experience, grow stronger, and overcome all evil that stands in their way. This is the story of Puff Puff, and my god, aren't they just adorable? Hey Brawlers, I'm Mr. Hoodat, and in this video, I'll be showing you how to win with the ultimate late game hero, Trophy Hunter. Trophy Hunter has the unique ability of turning Last Breath effects into Slay. Together with Grimsoul and Baba Yaga, you can duplicate Last Breath effects many times, creating an ultimate endgame composition that no other hero can obtain. Due to his unique playstyle, Trophy Hunter is one of the most fun heroes to play. With skillful navigation, you can get out of the mid-game healthy and be rewarded with incredible power from late tier 5 into tier 6. But, because this hero is so unique with many different lines to go into, he is very hard to play well. Getting out of the mid-game is a tough task, and even then, if you're unable to assemble the right composition in time, you'll find yourself getting bottom 4 often. Because Trophy Hunter needs specific units to acquire his combo, and if you don't find them quickly, you have to get creative to stay alive. In this video, I'll be showing you how to navigate through the different stages of the game and creatively buy time for you to gather your combo pieces and create your ultimate endgame composition. I hope you enjoy. On this board, I choose to cast Eeny Meeny, and it gives me the best option, Sherwood Sure Shot. When looking to cast Eeny Meeny, you want to think about what unit you'd pick if you didn't cast Eeny, and how each Eeny choice matches up to that pick. In this case, Sherwood is the easy pick. Eeny targeting the 1-4 Baby Root is actually way more valuable than a 2-1 Sure Shot, and a 2-2 Crafty isn't that much worse. So casting Eeny is plus EV, because 2 targets are way better than our original pick, and the third isn't worse by much. I'm given a hard decision already. I can sell Sure Shot for the Fanny pair, giving me a good line into dwarves. I can take a Fanny, cast Magic Research onto Sure Shot, and lock for the second Fanny. Or I can speculate on Blind Mouse, cast the spell, and pass on the Fannies. I choose the Blind Mouse option, as I don't like selling Sure Shot, and I also don't want to lock aboard a Fanny and Blind Mouse, as I want to keep my shop slots active to get better tier 2 units than 2-2s with little upside. Here, I choose to speculate on 2 Polywoggles and roll, hoping for more mice or my poly triple. I position polys in slots 3 and 4, as I don't want them to slay yet. I want to try to proc their slay next turn for tier 4 units. You may think a low tempo decision like taking 2 1-1s is not a great play on an already weak early game hero. But let me counter that thought with, why not? Why try to fight the other heroes head on when they offer stats or economic bonuses? If we're likely to lose our turns 3 through 7 fights anyway, why not keep ourselves open to different possibilities of high rolling? If I can get my hands on an early tier 4 treasure from mice or strong tier 4 units from Polywoggles, it can put me completely ahead of the curve, all at the risk of taking an extra 1 or 2 damage each turn. I get a great support unit for my polys in the White Stag. I then choose to take the 2-3 Billy instead of the 2-2 Cinderella. I don't plan on casting 4 spells anytime soon. I need to spend my gold getting stronger at tier 3, and once I'm tier 4, I'll be rolling pretty aggressively for Grimsouls and Friendly Spirits. Tier 4 is the crucial moment with Trophy Hunter where you need to start finding specific units fast. The sooner you find Friendly Spirit as your slay target, the sooner you can start buffing it. If you're unable to get a buffed Friendly Spirit quickly, you'll be very weak until you can grab a mummy at tier 5. I'm able to proc one of my polys, which turns into a Puff Puff. Puff Puff is actually an amazing unit to get with Trophy Hunter this early on. I roll for strong tier 3 units like a Stag Pair or Good Witch to buff Puff and future Friendly Spirits. I stop on a board with my Mouse Pair and a decently statted Brave Princess, along with Candy Rain, giving me +3/+3 in value. I decide on playing 7 units instead of 6, because if I want any chance to win the fight, I'll need to be lucky and have Stag survive despite attacking second. I play Brave Princess first to give her the best opportunity to slay. I want Puff Puff 5th to give it the best chances to slay twice, and Polly 6th because I prioritize his slay over Sure Shot giving me a better chance to win the fight. This board is very interesting. I could grab the Fiona pair and go for the triple as a nice way to gather tier 4 units for better chances at getting Grims and Spirits. But I decide on casting Gingerbread Party and taking the Good Witch. I already have too many units fighting for the slay spots in slots 1 and 5. And once I acquire my Grimsoul Friendly Spirit Baba Yaga combo, I want to get rid of every other slay unit so Grimsoul always targets Friendly Spirit. It's important that Grimsoul's target is consistent, so spending gold on Fionas that I'll throw away soon does not seem ideal. This was the perfect opportunity to cast Gingerbread Party, as there's not much I want to roll into at tier 3. I want my tier 4 picks to pack more of a punch when I start buying them next turn. I pass on the Soul Talk pair, pass on the Mermaid pair, and find a friend for my original Puff Puff. I decide against taking XP, as my rolls are much more valuable to find combo pieces as soon as possible. Puff Puffs on Trophy Hunter are a great tool to help you somewhat stabilize while you find your units. 2 Puff Puffs with early buffs already will grow very quickly. I choose to keep them in the backline, despite breaking traditional positioning rules, as this gives them the best opportunity to slay multiple times. Typically, it's best to have units positioned in order of attack, to avoid unnecessary double hitting. Sure Shot 3rd is simply sacrilegious, but I'm prioritizing Brave Princess and Puff Puff slays over her attacking multiple times. Brave Princess completes her quest and gives me a great treasure in Bad Moon. Bad Moon is a great tool to further buff my Puff Puffs and potential Friendly Spirits or Good Boys later. I get my first Friendly Spirit and crack in my Princess for an extra gold to roll for either Grimsouls or more Friendly Spirits and Puff Puffs. Normally, taking attack support for Friendly Spirit is important early on, but since I have my Puff Puff plan in motion, I can be more liberal with my rolling and search for only the best units rather than small improvements. My last board gives me a 3rd Puff, which I sell Chicken, Polly, and Stag for. I position Spirit first to try to get multiple buffs onto Puffs, and I still want 2 Puffs backline to slay multiple times with. Now that I'm much more stabilized and 1 turn away from tier 5, I buy XP and start rolling for Baba Yaga. I find a second Friendly Spirit and roll into a 4th Puff Puff on my last board, which I sell the rest of my unneeded units for. With my puffs so large, and my inability to find Grimsouls and Baba Yagas, I'm less inclined to get into Friendly Spirit combo. But I can still hedge for it in case I do find the combo soon. I don't need to buff my Friendly Spirits at all, as Bad Moon will do the work for me if I do find the Grims and Yagas. I position my puffs to slay the most, as Friendly Spirits have pretty much no chances to slay at the moment. My roll targets are still Grimsoul, Puff Puff, Friendly Spirit, and Baba Yaga. I considered taking Apple Tree for a moment, but these 4 targets are way more valuable, and I should be strong enough to not need Apple Tree right now. I find a 5th Puff Puff and cast Genie, which luckily gets me XP with a 3 out of 22 chance. I position my Puff Puffs for the higher HP ones to be in slots 2 and 3, so they have a better chance at surviving a hit and attacking. At tier 6, Good Boy is now added to the list of roll targets. After some thought, I decided Hercules is a great buy, since I don't have a good way to get treasures. Also, since I'm up 2 XP this game, Hercules is statted pretty well right now. And, against Evola, she's likely to have low statted summons in the front line for Hercules to hit multiple times. I roll into an Evil Twin, which I think about casting on Puff Puff for a while, but decide I'd rather stay open to transition into Good Boy, and wasting 8 rolls on another 40-40 isn't ideal. I pick up Grimsoul 8 turns too late, but there's still a world where I grab my Good Boys and Yagas and get rid of all of my Puffs. This may seem extreme, but these Puff Puffs will fall off, and it's always good to have a plan to move forward.
Hey Einstein, I'm on your side!
I pass on Cupid and roll for the same units. I grab Chicken, pass on casting Smite, pass on casting Genie, pass on Mix-a-Wizzle, and although Knighthood on Grimsoul is enticing, it's looking like Yaga Grim Good Boy is out of the question. I position Hercules first now to finish quest before he gets killed by Medusa or ranged units. Puff Puff really bailed me out of this game. Had this been a standard trophy hunter game with no Grimsouls or Baba Yagas in sight, this would have easily been a 7th or 8th place. Hercules completes his quest and gives me Spear of Achilles or the Arc. Arc is very good with Good Boy comps, as they naturally want to play Sure Shot at tier 2 and Court Wizard at tier 4, making the other slots easy to fill. But seeing how big my puffs are and how far away I am from transitioning, I choose Spear of Achilles instead. I roll into Good Boy finally, and since I'm against Evola who turned into Muerte, I decide to cast Kidnap. There's a decent chance he transitioned from animals into Good Boy with this Muerte pick. I roll into Robin Wood, which is a great 7th unit for this comp to increase Good Boy's attack and allow him to slay more often. I sell everything for Robin and keep Grimsoul benched over Hercules. Now that I'm down to the last few fights, I don't have the luxury to roll for my ultimate comp anymore and need to get as strong as possible to finish the game out. With my final seconds of the turn, I decide to lock Drink Me Potion to cast either Pigamorph or plus 10 buffs on Good Boy next turn. I get down to the 1v1 with Skip, who I saw was trees with 2 cupids. I cast Drink Me Potion and buff Good Boy's health by 10 with Gigantify to potentially help with breakpoints against his elms. I roll past the non-Good Boy units and lock in another Drink Me Potion. This matchup may be rough for me, as Cupid hard counters my Puff Puffs by breaking their friendship and causing them to fight one another. Luckily, my opponent decided to take out his Cupids instead of hard countering me. I cast Drink Me Potion into a Pigamorph and roll past the rest of the boards as the remaining Grimsouls mock my existence since they and the Baba Yagas won the game of hide and seek. This game was a great showcase of how to keep yourself open to different lines of play so as to not completely fail trying to go for a single strategy. In any normal Trophy Hunter game, doom rolling for Grimsoul and Friendly Spirits early on is a strong play to set you up for Baba Yaga at tier 5. But with my early Puff Puff, I was able to create a line of play where my primary goal was to get many Puff Puffs big to stabilize, with my secondary goal being to collect combo pieces to transition with later. Unfortunately, my first Grimsoul didn't appear until tier 6, and my first Baba Yaga until the second to last turn of the game, so I was forced to go all in on Puffs. My Poly picks on turn 3 paid off, because had I not gotten Puff Puff with Poly, I would have stuck to my normal Trophy Hunter plan and not gotten a single Grimsoul, which would have led to a quick 8th place. Keeping myself open to the possibilities of high rolling won me a game which would have easily gone the other way. And as we watch this final fight, I want to thank you all for watching. Let me know what you liked or disliked about this video in the comments below, or what heroes and strategies you'd like to see next, and I hope to improve and bring more content like this in the future.
Snap back to the